Hello Aquarius, here is your general reading for January 2017. First of all, I would like to wish you all a very happy new year, and I do hope that you had a lovely Christmas celebrating with friends and family. Secondly, I would just like to remind you all that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with everybody. If it doesn't resonate with you, please check your moon and rising signs. Now, the first card we're going to start with here, we have the Magician card, and it is a major arcana. Out of the 6 cards on the table, you actually have 3 major arcanas, so major messages here, okay? Now, we could see you entering the month of January feeling maybe confused and lacking a clear plan of direction. It's about the need for you to focus your energy, okay? And for you to work out what your objectives are for this new year, because I feel that you have all the skills necessary to manifest what it is that you are hoping to manifest. But for some reason, you are either doubting your ability and skills, or you haven't quite worked out what it is that you actually want to achieve and do. You may very well not be utilizing your skills in the correct way. Confusion and maybe a lack of reality. No, I want to rephrase that. Feeling out of touch with reality. But for those Aquarians that are hoping to start something new, manifest something new within their lives, is going to require you to get a clear focus on what it is you do actually want to achieve. And to remind yourself that you do have the skills that are required, but it's about you gaining clarity and being more clear on your goals. There is a downside to the Magician when it's reversed. It can sometimes talk of manipulation and deceit. It can sometimes talk of somebody who comes across in a very charming way, but turns on the charm for their own needs. Somebody that may have a hidden agenda. And you may need to examine other people's motives very carefully. But also, it has to be said, it could be you. And I don't wish to offend anyone, but it could be you that may be acting in a deceitful or manipulative way in order to further better your own goals and aims. And the need may be there for you to examine your own motives. It's going to be different for all of you, okay? But very much overall, trusting your own instincts. Whether this is manifesting something new, or dealing with somebody that you feel may not be behaving in the right way. Trust your own instincts. Here we have your second major arcana. It is the Empress and it is reversed, okay? When the Empress is reversed, it can sometimes talk about the feeling of having a loss of power over something or someone. In a relationship terms, it can show confusion in which way you want a relationship to go. And it can very much talk about the need for some introspection on your behalf. And on a relationship level, it can sometimes talk about it may require a lot to be able to make things better within this relationship. It may require a lot to be able to get over the difficulties within this relationship. Sorry, Aquarius, I needed to just pause briefly. I needed to let my dog in from the garden. The thing is, if this is a relationship situation that this is talking about for you, it may be that the problems, as I said, are so difficult to overcome that the only course of action that can be taken is to part ways. But the sad thing about it is that both of you will feel severe sorrow over this. It's not as if one of you is going to end this relationship and think, yeah, you know, that's it. If I'm happy, I'm going to move on. No. It's almost like the two of you really want to be together, but there's so many difficulties to overcome that it's just not possible. And that can create this severe sorrow felt by both of you. On the other side of the Empress card, it can talk about somebody that may be stifling you in some way, that may be behaving in an overprotective way, which is stemming from an insecurity within that person. And it could actually be you. It could be you that is acting in an overprotective way, which is stemming from some form of insecurity within you or within this relationship. And I do feel for the majority of you, we are talking more about a relationship situation. And regarding the Magician, I feel that for a lot of you, you are hoping, well, the hope was there to be able to manifest something within this relationship and create something. But maybe, you know, there was some impatience there, maybe some confusion. Maybe your objectives weren't clear enough, or the other party. Or maybe you both were lacking the skills required to bring this relationship to where it should be. It's going to be different for all of you, okay? And some of you, it may not be talking about a relationship, but this is a general reading, so you need to apply it as it suits your situation. But the Empress, when she's reversed, and please, although, you know, I refer to her as a she, it's never gender specific, okay? It can be a male as well. But it can talk about somebody that has become emotionally overbearing. And somebody that could resort to emotional blackmail in order to get what they want. And may resort to emotional blackmail because they feel they've lost an element of their own personal power within this relationship or whatever this is. Down here we have your third major arcana, and it's interesting that all three of your cards, each one has been followed so far with a major arcana. When the Fool card is reversed, it can be a warning against making a rash decision. It can be a warning about resisting pressure from others around you until you feel you have the clarity or all the facts to be able to make the decision. And I think this is stemming from this Empress. I think there's somebody around you that may be trying to emotionally blackmail you or push you into something that you may feel you're not ready for, or something that you feel you can't commit to at the moment because, like I said, you don't have clarity within your own thoughts. It's a card about thinking before you act when it's reversed. And that no matter how lovely or great or fantastic this opportunity or whatever this is, it is being made out to be to you, it may just be the appearance and it may not be the reality. It can talk about somebody that's acting immature within a relationship or within work. But the major message here is to not allow anybody to pressure you into doing something or being with them if at the moment it's not feeling right for you. Now here in the near past position we have the Nine of Swords. Now this is your own energy here, being an Aquarius. The Swords is for yourselves as well as Libra and Gemini, okay? And the Swords are all to do with our thoughts, our thinking, and the way we communicate. When it's reversed, it can talk about you may feel that you have been thrown into a den of despair. Now, although this reading is for January, I am recording it in December. So it's possible that some of you may be feeling this energy now, okay? And you may feel, it may be that if this is a relationship for you, it may be that your partner is making an attempt to try to neutralize the disappointment. Your partner is making every effort to try to take you out of this den of despair. Is trying to make you see that things are not as bad as you think they are. It talks of mental anguish and worry and stress. But the thing is, this almost den of despair that you have found yourself in the near past is kind of enveloping you to the extent that you cannot see an end to it. But your feelings could be preventing you from discovering that life is actually improving. And you need to try to revive your hope and accept help. And maybe that help needs to come from your partner. This worry and anguish may not actually be because of this relationship. It may be to do with something else within your life that's dramatically troubling you. And you may be in a position where your partner is doing their very best to help bring you out of this den of despair. And the negative qualities with the Empress may very well be your energy and how you're feeling. This reading, to me, it seems muddled to me. And it's not very often that I get readings that seem muddled and all mixed up. It's the only way I can describe it. It just seems very muddled to me. I'm not getting a clear flow here. Up here, we have the Queen of Wands. Now, the Wands is fire energy, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. It is reversed, okay? When the Queen of Wands is reversed, it can talk about opposition from others, but it can also talk about jealousy and deceit. And we've already seen that at the beginning of this reading, okay, with the Magician. Somebody, if not you, then somebody around you could be being pushy. And again, acting in a manipulative way. It's almost like there may very well have been some very big arguments between you and somebody else. And it doesn't have to be arguments, but it's that feeling as though somebody has crossed a line with you. It's almost like you feel, do you know what, you've gone too far this time. You know, I've forgiven this and I've done this and all the rest of it in the past. But this time round, you've gone too far. You have crossed a line this time. And I don't think that I can recover from that. And this could very well be stemming still from this den of despair feeling from this Nine of Swords. I don't know what it is. Look, the only way I can describe it is with that Magician card. Although it can talk about trying to manifest something new within your life, I don't think it's talking about that. I think it's talking about somebody who is being manipulative and deceitful. Somebody that has a hidden agenda. Somebody that turns on the charm for their own gain. We see with the Empress somebody that is being overbearing, overprotective, acting with emotional blackmail. We see the Fool card where you cannot make a rash decision now, where you cannot allow somebody to push you into something that you may feel you're not ready to be involved in. We see you there with the Nine of Swords in this den of despair, where somebody else around you may be trying to help you get out of this situation. We see here with the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands, sorry, somebody behaving in a manipulative way again, somebody being pushy again, overbearing again, stemming from jealousy maybe. Somebody that you feel has maybe crossed a line or just gone a step too far with you this time. Now, the interesting thing is for your outcome card, we have the Two of Cups. And it's interesting to me because so far we've had so much negative energy here. And then we go to the Two of Cups. Now, the Cups is water energy, Scorpio, Pisces and Cancer. And it talks of our feelings and our emotions. The Two of Cups, it talks of balance within a relationship or feeling balanced within all areas of your life. It can talk about, the thing is, it can talk about meeting somebody that you almost feel this karmic connection with. You could find somebody that could be your lifetime partner. But the thing I think this is talking about with you is that you are hoping to meet your lifetime partner. You are hoping to meet somebody that you completely connect with, that you both sing off the same hymn page. You want a relationship that offers commitment. You want to feel truly loved and valued within this relationship. You want it to be filled with passion, kindness, and friendship. You don't want a relationship that's filled with emotional blackmail, jealousy, deceitfulness, manipulation, pushiness, overbearing. You want a relationship where you feel loved, valued by the other person, and where they can feel that with you. Where you can feel a commitment with each other without all the jealousy and all of what I've mentioned going with it. I feel that whoever this Empress person is that's been behaving in this way in regards to a relationship with you has put you into this den of despair, has put you to the point where you think, you know, I'm done with that. I'm done with your jealous outbursts. I'm done with you manipulating situations on me. I'm done with you being overbearing and pushy and maybe wanting to know where I am and what I'm doing all the time. You, I think, are going to come to that point where you're going to think this is not a healthy relationship. And yes, we may have loved one another, and it may cause both of us sorrow and sadness to end this relationship. But the fact of it is, the difficulties are too big to overcome. And sometimes that can be the case. Sometimes we can love somebody, but it's just not viable for that relationship to work out. And I think you're going to come to this conclusion around the end of January, where you are going to start to realize and think that this is the type of relationship you want, where you feel loved and valued without somebody checking up on you or being jealous or manipulative, but where there's just friendship, kindness, love, respect, commitment, and a true understanding of each other. So, Aquarius, the fact is, if you are in a happy, loving relationship, and there is none of this negativity that I've spoke about, then this reading is not for you. The messages here are not for you. Because if you are in a relationship like I've described here, then you're going to know about it. It's not a case that it's just going to develop in the month of January. If you are involved with somebody that's making you feel like this, then you are already aware of that situation. And I think in the month of January, you're going to come to that point where you just feel this, you've gone a step too far. You've crossed a line too many times, and I'm done with it. And you're going to actually sit down and think that this is the type of commitment that you want in your life. You don't want all this. You want this. And I think you're going to put an end to this situation. And you're going to strive to go out and create and meet this. Now, this, as I said, was a general reading, but to me, it's very much pieced together a relationship situation. And the thing was, it was only when I got around to this area that the pieces to this puzzle kind of slotted in with me. Because at first, all I could feel was confusion and just things muddled. And I don't know whether that's the way you're feeling, and I've picked up on that. I don't know, but that's how I was feeling until I did get around to this area. I am interested to see what your relationship reading is going to say, but the fact of it is, although this was not a relationship reading, but certainly worked out that way, this reading was definitely, or the messages in this reading were definitely for somebody that needed to hear it. And when I do your relationship reading, there could very well be different messages in there for others who need to hear different messages in regards to whatever is going on in their relationship situations. This reading may actually have only been for one or two or just a very few of you to hear. But the outcome is positive. This is what you are going to go out to try to have within your life. And at the end of the day, you shouldn't accept anything less than that. So Aquarius, that does conclude your reading. I will be back again soon to do your relationship reading and the singles reading for Aquarius. Some of the readings may be delayed because of the Christmas period. I have taken a break, so I am trying to play catch up now. So some of them may well fall into the first week of January. All I can do is apologize for that. If you would like to book a private reading, please email me. It can be a general reading, relationship reading, whatever the situation is for you. And at the moment, I am also offering a whole year reading for 2017. So if you would like to book, please email me. Thank you so much for watching, and I really do hope that this reading has helped and guided somebody. Thank you. Bye.